friends, today I Shreya Thakur I am going to tell you that what is forensic psychology. We all know that psychology is the study of mind and soul of one's human behavior. But what is forensic psychology? Forensic psychology is the interference between psychology and law. It is just the application of psychological principles and knowledge to the various legal activities which are been raising and ranging from crime. As we all know that today the crime rate has been increasing rapidly, so we have divided the forensic psychology in two categories. That is the first narrow definition, the second broad definition. Now, we will discuss about the broad definition. As we all know that the crime rate has been increasing day by day and just the mens rea and actus rea is just behind the crime. So, the broad definition simply used by the school as John Jay College, that is forensic psychology is just the development and application of psychological principles to problems and administration of legal, judicial, correctional, and law enforcement system. It has also been divided into subfields but also indisciplinary in nature, drawing on diverse disciplines now such as law, psychological, political, anthropological, medicines, etc. Now, as we have discussed about the broad definition, we will come to narrow definition. What is the narrow definition of forensic psychology? It is just that when the crime is done by the suspect, the professional practice is needed to know the truth, and there are professionals provided, that is the psychologists, which are mainly in the areas of clinical psychology, counseling psychology, neuropsychology, school psychology, etc. They then, after supervising the truth, they then submit their results to the judicial system. Now we are familiar with the term that what is forensic psychology, we will come to its historical perspectives. First, the emergence of forensic psychology was being published by the psychologist who appeared in the court of law. He seems to be regarded to criminal cases in which he act as a expert witness. Then in 1908, the founder of psychology, the Hugo Musterberg, published the first book on eyewitness testimony. He published the first book on forensic psychology. Then in USA, the forensic psychology, perhaps just after the 1 year in 1909, when the psychologist William Haley, he created the Juvenile Psychopathic Institute just to assist the newly created juvenile court Illinois. Then, after being published by the scientist, then in 2000, petitions was submitted in the APA and just supposed to recognize that what is forensic psychology. But in August, after 1 year, 2001, APA Council representatively formally approved forensic psychology as an area of specialization within the field of psychology where we can determine the suspect whether he is telling the truth, whether he is being depressed, whether someone else is included in the crime. Then the APA established a division which was just devoted to forensic psychology relatively. More recently, the American Board of Forensic Psychology, also known as ABPP, and the American Psychology, the Law Society, which was already submitted to the APA petition for the recognition of forensic psychology, but as a specialty in a professional psychology. But consequently, the issue of professional training in forensic psychology was being given the more importance, and when APA has been in support to recognize the forensic psychology, it has been came to the demand in all over the world. Now, knowing the historical perspectives of forensic psychology, we will know that what is forensic psychology in India. Basically, why we are using forensic psychology in India. So, in 1970, there is a treatise by Professor Prafulla Chandra Bose on how psychology has to be used in understanding the criminals and their behavior. So, he introduced in 1970 the polygraph test, which was introduced in forensic science laboratories to test whether the accused is telling the truth or not. It is just reported that more than 1,000 cases which were handled by the CBI FSL. Now, the polygraph division was formed in Karnal, Madhuban FSL, Gujarat FSL, Odisha FSL, Bangalore FSL, Jammu and Kashmir, Chandigarh, Trivandrum, Delhi, Hyderabad, etc. But in all, when the CBI and FSL has been introduced the polygraph test in all these FSLs, then after 2 years they also established the polygraph test in Mumbai FSL. But still the forensic psychology lab was not properly introduced. Then after some time, when it has not been introduced as the name forensic psychology lab, after some time the lie detection division has been made through the polygraph test, and then the forensic psychology then they got the name of the forensic psychology department, and it has been published in Mumbai FSL, Gujarat FSL, Bangalore FSL, etc. After being introducing the polygraph test, after over the years, they invent new things like narco-analysis, which is also known as the truth serum, which was first started in Bangalore FSL and continues to the most of the FSLs of different parts of India. Then they introduce, after introducing the narco-analysis and polygraph, they introduces the BEOSP, that is the brain electrical oscillation signature profiling, which has been used to determine the truth behind every crime, so that the victim gets the justice and we can know the exact suspect. By using these three tests, they have been performed at each level. They have been divided into such tests so that we can take a concern from a suspect. But these tests are not just illegal, they have to be taken from the legal authorities' permission. Now we have already been introduced that what is narco-analysis, why we are using these three things so that to know the truth. And now I would like to introduce the recent when we are using these things in the criminal cases. We have been recently used narco-analysis on the cases like stamp scans, Nithari killings, and recently in twin murder of case of Arushi. These was the examples in which we have used narco-analysis and polygraph test to determine the truth behind every crime. Now, thank you for watching my video. Please do like and subscribe our video. Thank you so much.